everybody, it's Dr. Jo and Cool Remy, and today I'm going to show you stretches and exercises for shoulder impingement from poor posture. So let's get started. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. So before we get started, if you haven't already, make sure and click on the subscribe button down below because that helps my channel grow. So with shoulder impingement from poor posture, a lot of times this happens because your shoulders kind of come up and roll forward. And see, that puts a lot of pressure on the shoulder and gives it that impingement kind of thing. I know it has a lot of other terms for it now, but most people know it as shoulder impingement. So with these stretches and exercises, the reps and the sets really kind of depend on how severe it is. So I have a video that talks about reps and sets and frequency, and you can check that out in the link in the description below. So the first one is going to be a shoulder squeeze or a scapular squeeze. And so these look pretty easy, but it's really important to get the correct posture. So when we're trying to correct that posture, we want to use good technique. So a shoulder squeeze is just how it sounds. You're squeezing the shoulders back, you're squeezing those shoulder blades back or those scapulae back. But what you want to do is use the muscles. So you're not just squeezing back or just pushing your arms back. You're really squeezing with those muscles, but try and keep the shoulders down. So a lot of times people kind of squeeze up and be like, am I doing it like that? But keep them down. Don't bring them up towards your ears and really use those muscles. So you can use your elbows as a guide in the beginning, but you can do these squeezes without using your elbows either. But in the beginning, it's nice to kind of have that squeeze and just hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds, really trying to keep the shoulders down while you're squeezing. And you should feel, those muscles in between. Imagine someone's hand right there and you're squeezing those shoulder blades together with the muscles. So the next one is going to be a levator scapulae stretch. And so that muscle is the one, it attaches to that shoulder blade or that scapula and comes all the way up into the cervical spine. So a lot of times when we get stressed out or we sit a lot, we kind of come up like this. So again, that's bringing everything up and we want to bring everything back down. So with a levator scapulae stretch, you can either put your elbow up this way, or you can kind of put it behind your back. I've always learned it this way, so that's how I'm going to do that. And that just kind of keeps that shoulder blade down. So if I'm stretching this side, this arm comes up. But if it's painful, like I said, you can kind of bring it down behind your back, or you can just kind of push your hand downwards to try and keep that shoulder blade down. Then you're going to turn your head and your nose at about a 45-degree angle. So I usually say sometimes towards the opposite knee, but when you're coming down, almost like you're trying to pull your nose down into your armpit. So it's not coming down sideways, it's not coming all the way over, it's kind of at that angle. So put your hand behind your head, not on the side, but behind it, so you can really tuck everything in. And you should feel that stretch all the way up here and then all the way down towards that shoulder blade. Really getting that nice stretch. If you need to turn a little bit more to feel it, you can. And then holding that for 30 seconds. Do that 3 times on each side. So then the next one is just going to be to kind of open up the chest area, because a lot of times if you have those tight pecs, you're going to roll inward. So that coming forward movement, we want to open everything back up to get that better posture. So an easy exercise to do, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch as well. You can just do it in sitting. Put your arms out in front of you and then just open them up like a T. So just really getting that nice stretch and then coming back in. So this isn't a big fast movement, it's slow and controlled, really getting that stretch at the end. You can squeeze those shoulder blades back, so kind of make it a combination move and then come back in. So you're really kind of opening up that area. So the next stretch is going to be a lat stretch or an upper thoracic side bend. And so for the lats, you really want to stretch those out because a lot of people don't know they actually attach to those shoulder blades. So if they're tight, they're pulling everything kind of out of alignment. So you really want to get those nice and stretched out too. So for a thoracic side bend, that helps stretch out those lats. So just bring your hands behind your head. And so you're going to do a side bend, but it's not down at your lower back. That's not really going to stretch your lats as much. You want to do it in the upper back area or that thoracic area. So really just kind of pulling over like this. So see, I'm not coming down. I'm not trying to bring my elbow to the ground. I'm almost just trying to bring this elbow up towards the ceiling. So I'm stretching like this. I should feel that stretch all the way through the lat in there. So this one is going to be a longer hold. Ideally, you'd want to hold it for 30 seconds, but if that's a little uncomfortable, you can do maybe 15 seconds and just alternate back and forth, but really getting that stretch so you feel the lat stretch in there. So the next one are going to be kind of getting over onto all fours. So this is, we call it quadruped or all fours. So the next one, really again, just kind of getting everything loosened up is the cat-cow. I like to call it cat-dog just because I like dogs, but I know most people call it a cat-cow. So making sure that your shoulders are in pretty good alignment with your hands up and down so you're not stressing your shoulders out, and that your knees are about hip width apart, which is usually taking both fists together and getting that width there. So all you're going to do is when you come up into the cat, you're going to arch your back and then tuck in your chin. So you're coming up like this, getting that nice stretch in there. And then you're going to come down to that cat or that dog where you're just dropping your hips almost into a saddle and then looking straight up. So with this one, you can do, just little pauses, maybe 5 to 10 seconds, and then alternating back and forth. So nice big stretch into the cat, coming down into the dog or the cow. And then the last one is going to be a prayer stretch, but a little bit at an angle to help you get those lats stretched out a little bit. So you can do it a couple different ways with the prayer stretch or the child's pose, some people call it that. You can start with your hands out further if you have knee issues and they don't bend a lot, so you can kind of come this way. Or I usually kind of start a little bit further back and then stretch my arms out. So you can do that either way. But to get the lats, you're going to go at a little bit of an angle. So instead of going straight down, I might put my hands over here and then drop my bottom back. So I'm getting that stretch all the way through there, kind of in those lats. And so this would be a full 30-second stretch. So again, you saw you can put your hands there first, or you can come back into that child's pose and then bring your arms over. So whichever one feels best for you, but 30 seconds 3 times. So there you have it. Those are my stretches and exercises for shoulder impingement from poor posture. I know! If you'd like to help support my channel, make sure and click right there. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking down there. Isn't that right? Oh my goodness! And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.